All rise. Court is in session. What is going on, everyone? It is Wednesday, February 1st. It is Black History Month. Yes, indeed. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm delighted to have you all with us, as well as my panel here. I have a team of great podcasters with me tonight. I have Chris below me. What's going on, Chris? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Jonathan, man. How about yourself? How's it going?
Good. It's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight with us as we dive into some sports topics. I mean, it's been a busy week in the NFL. We're going to get into that. We're definitely going to get into the news about Tom Brady. As you guys know, he announced retirement again today. But before we get into it, I got to introduce my other fellas on the show tonight. Freddie, what's going on, man?
Hey,
Freddie,
what's
can you
going
hear
on,
us?
Sports Judge? Yeah, can you
Nothing
hear
much,
me?
man. Nothing much. Just living life, just talking sports, doing what I do best, doing what we do best. We're here tonight. We got a great show. We got a great panel. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. What's up, Coach Dante?
Jonathan,
How you feeling?
What's going on, man? I'm glad to be on here. Glad to be, like I say, important and part of the Sports Empire Network. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to Jonathan, Chris, for having me on. And it's been an awesome week for me. It's been an awesome week for me. I'm ready to get right into it.
Freddie, I didn't mean to cut you off. What did you want to say? What did you want to
No,
tell
that's good.
me?
It's good. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, let's go. I agree.
Jonathan,
So
hold on, Jonathan. I must
What's up?
say, you kicked off your show last Friday. You did a wonderful job. You kicked it off Monday. You did a wonderful job. But you know, you needed my good looks to bless this show, so we can bless the viewership with this good looking face. I must say.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, that's one.
Freddie, Freddie, let's get on with the show. Come on, let's get on. We got an hour, and we got a lot to talk about. We got an action-packed show today. We got a lot to unpack in this show, so let's get right to it. The biggest news of the day, guys, was Tom Brady. Tom Brady once again announced retirement. Tom Brady is hanging up his cleats for good this time. I think it's for good. Now, this time around, we didn't hear it from Instagram. We didn't hear it from social media. We heard it from him directly. He came out in an emotional video that was seen. It appeared that he was on a beach somewhere, but that's irrelevant. In his emotional message posted Wednesday on Instagram, the 45-year-old quarterback confirmed that he is ending his prolific NFL career, a colorful NFL career, after 23 seasons. I want to get your guys' thought on this. I want to dive into his legacy. What does this mean? Where do you rank him? Is he your GOAT? Because to me, he is the undisputed GOAT. And I know you got people out there that disagree with that because of, the checker history of cheating and all that other nonsense that happened throughout the course of his career. But Chris, I'm going to start with you since you're at the bottom of me. I want to get your thoughts on Tom Brady and what does this say about his legacy and who he is as a player?
To me, believe it or not, like I was actually a Tom Brady fan in the Michigan days, back with him and Anthony Thomas were, doing everything in Michigan. So when he came into the NFL, I loved him then. I was happy he got drafted. Granted, it was lower than, well, no, it probably was actually, good for his projection. But when he finally got to play and come in, I was so excited. New England was it for me from then on. So to answer your first question, yeah, he's GOAT. Like, there's no argument on that. I can't listen to anybody who says anything different. This man has 3 Hall of Fame careers. If you divide up his time in the NFL, all three are first ballot Hall of Fame. This morning when I heard about it, I had literally just made it to work, and I was glad that I was parked because I probably would have ran off the road. The roads are wet. I would have got that bad news, man. I would have just driven off the road if I heard Tom Brady was leaving the NFL. But I know that in 5 years, I will be taking a trip to Canton. Y'all are more than welcome to road trip with me.
I hear you. Hey, I'm down for that. I could take a nice road trip. Actually, I need to get away. I need a vacation. That would be nice. Tom Brady, man, he had a signature career. He is the undisputed GOAT, no question about it. Let's put aside the video cameras. Let's put aside Spygate. Let's put aside all that, and let's appreciate him for what he has done for the game of football. Just an amazing player to watch, and clearly he had an astonishing career. I think now that he's gone, Freddie, and I want to ask you this: now that he's gone, he will be more appreciated, right? More people will reminisce about the yesteryears, and they'll talk about what he has accomplished later on down the road, and they'll remember him for the player that he was. But Freddie, I want to get your thoughts on Tom Brady, his legacy, and what he meant for this game of football.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yup.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First of all, what a wonderful career by the great Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., whatever you want to call the man. A 7-time champion, the MVPs, the records. I mean, he's pretty much number one every record you can think of in the book. I just don't know how you can hate on the man. I put him in the same category. The people that hate on LeBron, that they just haters in life, because if there's something that you can find that can hate on this man, it's crazy. I mean, the dude has been in the league 23 years. Been playing for forever, most of my life, but two. I mean, he's done really whatever it takes to win. This is a guy that has taken less money to win. And this is a guy that we've seen recently take teammates in, let him live with him to win. We've seen him do things that a lot of guys that won't do. He's done a lot of things that we look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers, a guy that looks selfish, a guy that's all about him. Tom Brady's done the opposite. But it was time. It really was, and it's not really his fault. The reason why that he looked bad this year, to me personally, is because that offensive line was banged. Let's face it, guys. In order for Tom Brady to continue to play football, he has to be in the best situation that's possible. There's only one team to me that seems like it's the best situation for him right now. It's not the Vegas Raiders. It's not the Commanders, not the Panthers, not the Jets. It's the San Francisco 49ers. That's the only team to me that is ready, that is built to go on a run. They have a great defense. They have a great running game. They have the receivers. They have a good offensive line. That's the only team that I can see Tom Brady ever going back to. But I believe he's done. He has a family that he's seen to prioritize. And I just don't think Tom Brady want to play meaningless. He don't want to just go to the first round and lose this year. I mean, because he's been at the highest moments in his career. But just shout out to him. Just pray that he finds another career outside of football that he can be just as successful. We do know he has the contract with Fox. So it's going to be interesting to see how he translates that. But shout out to Tom Brady.
Yeah, he decided that it was time to call it a career. I felt that it was time as well. What else do you have to prove? You're one of the most accomplished players, if not the most accomplished player in NFL history. You had a declarated 23-year career. Everywhere you've been with two franchises, you made an impact. You came right into Tampa Bay and you made an immediate impact on the team. So there was nothing more for Tom Brady to accomplish. And at some point, your career is going to come to an end. Your career is going to come to an end, and I guess he felt it was best to step away now, and not have another season like the one he had last season. But again, that wasn't all his fault. You can't pin all the blame on him because he really didn't have a great offensive line to protect him. And I think mentally and physically he was drained. He was drained. At some point in your life, you got to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And you had an astonishing career. You're a seven-time Super Bowl champion. You won multiple MVPs. What else is there for Tom Brady to do? So now he's leaving this game to the young quarterbacks out there as we now usher in a new era of young quarterbacks who have changed the way the game is played, by the way. Dante, what are your thoughts on Tom Brady and what did he mean for this game? How will the game move on without Tom Brady?
Well, this league today is turning into if you're one of those quarterbacks that can move and run up out the pocket, that's what this league is turning into today. But Tom Brady meant everything for this game. He did a lot for this game. He made a lot of sacrifices for this game. Like Freddie said, kept taking pay cuts over and over. If he wanted to be be like Aaron Rodgers and just be a selfish player on his team, if he actually kind of wanted to be the highest paid quarterback in all of national football, he could have damn well done that. But he just sacrificed to make his team better. Every time he stepped on the field, you knew you had an opportunity to go down to win the game. And it's not a player in that locker room and on that offensive side he didn't make better. Everybody that came in that organization, Tom Brady made better. You talking about the Julian Edelmans, the Wes Welkers. He made those guys better. Tom Brady elevated teammates. Yes, he's going to yell. He's going to scream at you every time he messes up, but he's also going to do what's right to help the team win. He goes to Tampa Bay. He immediately, Byron left with, Jameis Winston throws 30 interceptions. He has 30 season. He comes in now right away. He wins the Super Bowl. This year definitely wasn't his fault. He didn't have a bad year, man. He had a 66 completion percentage, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. His offensive line was beat up from the start of the season. His offensive line basically got hurt in training camp. The receivers couldn't stay on the field. Mike Evans was dropping passes all over the place. Chris Godwin, came into the season kind of hurt. Like I say, the secondary stayed hurt all season. So to lead that team to the playoffs, that was something special. But every time Tom Brady got on the field, you knew he was gonna give it all he had. At this moment, he couldn't stand the punishment that he was absorbing. The offensive line wasn't blocking for him. The receiving core could not get open in that Dallas game to save their life. That's why most of the passes he was throwing in the dirt. But I appreciate Tom Brady for whatever he done for the game. And Tom Brady just made every player in that locker room better. Each teammate, each player that he played on that offensive side of the ball, he made better. And Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he's the greatest quarterback that ever played this game.
I couldn't agree more. I think we all are in agreement on that he is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. And what I was always astounded by was how well Tom Brady played into his 40s. How he was able to still play at such a high level. And a lot of that was because of how he conditioned his body, how he took care of his body during the off season. He had a weird diet. There was one time I believe he was on a liquid diet. I believe, So this man took good care of himself during the off season, and he stayed with it. He was always in game shape, always ready to play the game. And hey, he can now enjoy his retirement, and I guess he can chill and hang out with his family and try to repair the damage. I guess if you look at his personal life, that's what a lot of people can't stand as well. But I'm not going to get into his personal life because his personal shit. But at the end of the day, he still was the greatest to ever play. What's up? Sensei? What's going on?
Hey guys, I'm here finally. I know you guys are waiting for me. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting, but I'm here now to bless your show, Jonathan, because I love you so much. And the rest of y'all are in for a show. That's all I can say.
Appreciate you.
Hold on.
Freddie, don't start. Freddie, don't start.
And
don't
appreciate our
Freddie,
viewers
don't
too.
start.
I want to give a shout out to Frankie and Steve for tuning in as well.
No, not Frankie, because Frankie is being very disrespectful right now.
I want to say something, bro. Can I say something,
Frankie's
John?
popping high.
No,
Freddie, go ahead. Get whatever it is off your chest, so we can move
First
on.
off,
We still got some topics to get into.
First off, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. And, we're 16, 17 minutes in the chat. I mean, we can see how big time the sensei is. She comes in with a warm welcome. Jonathan, you wasn't that happy when you welcomed me, Chris, and Dante on. Can you explain that, sir?
What you trying to say?
Listen.
You're taking it.
Jonathan loved me more than he loved y'all. He don't like y'all like that. He loved me. That's the difference. Get with it or get lost. And Steve, personally, you don't even know me like that to know what type of time I'm on, sir. I don't get lessons. I give them. Thanks.
He said you about to teach it. He was actually complimenting you. Why are you calling him like that?
Oh, I take that back. You're right, Steve. You're right. My fault, big dog. You're right.
Sensei, since you came on late, let me get your thoughts on Tom Brady, because today, he announced his retirement.
Wait, first of all, Jeremy, I'm pretty. I don't do
that. Not as pretty as me. Fall back, thanks. No, I'm just joking.
I want to get your thoughts on Tom Brady.
Well, I'm glad that he says this is for good, but he also kind of gave us the indication of that last year. But I hope that he finally is taking the time to retire. I mean, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. He doesn't have anything else to prove. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He has every passing record you could possibly imagine. And it's time for him to be a family man. It's time for him to go home and be with his kids a little bit more, spend a little bit more time with them. They're getting older. They're starting to grow and develop. And, I believe he signed a sports analyst deal to where he'll still be able to be around the game and still, talk about the game that, he loved and he's been playing for 23 years. So it's not like he's fully leaving football. He's definitely going to have something else that is going to keep him attached. But he's proven everything you need to prove. So, Tom Brady is one of the greatest of all time. Where you have him ranked is your personal opinion, but we all can acknowledge, I think, no matter what we feel about him, is that he's one of the greatest. And he didn't have, like I said, he just didn't have anything else to prove. There's nothing else that was going to make him push him over the top to make him even greater than he already is. He's already the greatest. He's the standard. He's what every quarterback right now is trying to be. So salute to him. I hope he has a great retirement, but it's been about time.
Yeah, and he definitely is the standard. Absolutely. But you'll never, ever, not in our lifetimes, see another Tom Brady.
Not at all.
His legacy.
Hold on.
His legacy cannot be replicated. Freddie, you gonna argue that? You gonna argue with me on that?
Yes, I am.
Oh, Lord.
There's one man. There's one man that I believe that he can touch Tom Brady.
You better not say who.
He ain't from White House, Texas. I know you're not about to.
He from White House, Texas. My homie, Patrick Mahomes. Pump the brakes just a touch, y'all. Patrick
the
Mahomes.
Guy who puts ketchup on the steak is gonna one day surpass Tom Brady.
Listen, the things that have Patrick Mahomes have accomplished as a young quarterback in this league, like he came in blazing, you guys.
Okay, he's ahead of his time.
So
I'll give you that.
Do you think accolade-wise he can pass Brady? Maybe as an athlete, of course, a quarterback, he may have a skill. But
so let me ask you a question, Chris. You don't think Patrick Mahomes can throw as many yards as Tom Brady has in a career?
Do I think you have the longevity that Brady will have to get to that?
I think so. I really do.
He has an elite skill set.
And the game is faster, you guys. The game is faster than it was when Tom Brady when he first started. I mean, we've seen offense. I mean, hey, throwing the football is nothing nowadays.
So, okay, I know we're on Brady, but so if Mahomes finishes his career with 4 rings, let's just say, you still can't compare him to Brady. Like, no matter what he does, like Brady's just a standard, you know?
Yeah, but can we measure?
Does Mahomes underachieve
by the number of championships? Do we measure greatness by the number of championships?
I think you have to be really careful measuring greatness by championships because a lot of things have to go right in order for a team or a person to win championships. So it's not just like Patrick can't win championships. The Chiefs are going to win championships. Now, if we're measuring off of how the championship is won, then we have Brady is still a standard because Brady most of very simple drive. They're not. He's not ramshot teams. He's all over the place. So if he comes to a goal or he's in a two-way conversion or touchdown or some form of fashion. So if we're going to measure the two of them by Super Bowls, it would have to be how the Super Bowls are won. Because just winning a Super Bowl, that's not fair enough to me. Because like I said, the Mahomes himself isn't winning the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. See what I'm saying?
Sensei, I hate to cut you off, but your connection is kind of bad. You're cutting in and out.
I kind of forgot what she was saying though, but that's my thing though. Like to compare him to Brady, you have to do that. Like, yeah, you gotta have the stats and some championships with it. Like in basketball, we gotta put LeBron, all of LeBron's stats, but you gotta say he has the 4 rings too. Like that has to be included.
Yeah.
And that's Brady, how people are going to argue it. Like, no matter what, I honestly think nobody's going to argue Brady at this point. You just cannot. You really cannot argue Brady's the GOAT.
You can't. You can't argue that. That's undisputed. He has the personal achievements and he has the championship rings to show for it as well.
Exactly.
So, that makes him the GOAT.
But what I'm saying, Jonathan.
And to me, and also, I want to say this before we move on to the next topic. His longevity is remarkable. His personal achievements are incredible. And, I mean, his work ethic even is unmatched. When you look at everything that he's accomplished and his resume, it says it all. It says it all.
But what I'm saying, Jonathan, is minus championship, because it is hard to win championships at any sport that you play. Right. Let this man have the longevity. The game is faster, it's quicker, and we know how Pat Mahomes look to bomb the ball downfield. He is that type of quarterback. I mean, hey, I don't think I don't just think he'll beat Tom Brady numbers. I think he'll shatter them, like demolish those numbers.
So, but he got to play as long as Brady too. I think he has to.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got a long way.
He has a ring, so he's Drew Brees. If he
does
all
that, breaks all his records, I think he would have
ring. He's Drew Brees.
Or he's Aaron Rodgers. Nah.
Yeah, I'm about to say right now, Aaron Rodgers right here.
Nah, just kidding. That was a joke. That was a bad joke, actually.
No,
it was actually it's right though.
Yeah, I mean he's Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
so
he's
far,
better than Aaron Rodgers. Come on now.
Now hold on now.
No, he is. You heard me correct.
Listen, hey, if you give me a toss up,
he may be first. He may be better. He may have got Aaron Rodgers right as of right about now. Already 5 straight AFC Championship games. Been in the Super Bowl twice already. He already popping into the catch Aaron Rodgers at this point.
My dude played
Mahomes in the Hall of Fame right now.
My dude played
no, not in the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about the way he's coming up right now over Aaron Rodgers. He look like he closing in fast right now. Patrick Mahomes look like he closing in fast over him.
Sensei, do you want to close this out? Because I thought I kind of cut you off there.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, I think that right now, I would take Patrick Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers. And at least I know I can trust Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I can't trust Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. He's proven it too many times and he's failed. Yep. So at this point, I know for sure at least Patrick Mahomes is going to get me to the championship game. I know for a fact. And I mean that's on one leg. That's with a bad defense, a bad O-line, 3 receivers injured. We done seen it all.
I know Freddie wants to say something, but Freddie, we gotta move
now,
on.
Your boy A-Rod be selling wolf tickets. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
You better be glad because of Tom Sensei that I can't read.
Freddie. Sorry, we gotta move on, man. We gotta move on. We gotta get into the next topic. The next topic is Sean Payton. Sean Payton is back. He's back in the NFL. The Denver Broncos finalized the deal Tuesday to acquire their next head coach from the New Orleans Saints. I like Sean Payton. You guys know how I feel about Sean Payton. He's a guru to me. He's one of the best to ever coach in the NFL. And you know, he held his job for a long time in New Orleans. He wanted to take a year off. He did. He took a little break from football. Now he's back in action. Now he's going to be back on the sideline again, calling plays, doing his thing. And I think he's going to come in there and change the mindset. I think he's going to come in the Mile High City and change that approach, you know, bring a winning attitude to that team. And you know, the Denver Broncos are not really a bad team at all. They just hired the wrong guy to coach them last season. They're not really a bad team. They're a talented team. They do need a quarterback, though. I have my questions about Russell Wilson. They're stuck with him. But can Sean Payton unlock Wilson's game, and can he kind of help him revitalize his game this season? Will we see a resurgent year under Sean Payton? That's a good question. Sensei, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on
Why she got to go? Why she got to go first?
Excuse you, Mr. Mad over there. Relax yourself. Thanks. No, honestly, I hope so. I really do, because I like Sean Payton as a coach and I like Russell Wilson as a quarterback. But I think that for far too long, Russell Wilson has gotten away with too much, because he is Russell Wilson. He won a Super Bowl, and that's fine. And I kind of feel like Russ is at that pace, that kind of that place that, unfortunately, Freddie, I'm sorry, I'm going to make this comparison, but he's kind of at that same place that Aaron Rodgers is. If you give him too much, and you give him too much power and too much control, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like this, he's pretty much played and acted like a spoiled kid, because he's got an office in the Denver facility. He has more than multiple parking spots when other players don't have it. So everybody, they can say all that we behind Russ stuff all they want to, but I guarantee you, behind closed doors, everybody's like, well, what is this? What's so special about this dude that he getting all these privileges that we can't? So I just hope that somebody is able to hold his feet to the fire and challenge him and get that hunger back in him, because he was at his best when he wasn't given everything. See, once he was given everything, it exposed who he really was. So hopefully, with a coach like Sean Payton, who's known to be a hard-nosed coach, who's known to, you know, challenge his players and coach, he's known to be a coach's coach. Hopefully, he can get him back to the Russell Wilson that we are used to seeing. But I got faith in him, because, like I said, I like him as a coach. But you know, we'll see. Obviously, like Jonathan said, the jury's still out on Russell Wilson, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sometimes we learn more about you when you get hit in the face. You know,
exactly.
Put your hand down. We're not in school. We're not in class. We're not in school. Put your hand.
Get him, Jonathan. Get him.
Put your hand down. I wasn't gonna go to you next. I'm going to Coach Dante. Coach Dante's been waiting patiently. It's his turn, and then after that, Chris, and then I'll get to you. Coach Dante, what is your take on Sean Payton getting the job as the Denver Broncos head coach?
I think it was a solid hire, even though they did want DeMeco Ryans. They asked DeMeco Ryans for an interview twice, and he turned it down twice because he was taking a job for my Houston Texans over there. So otherwise, it's a solid move. Denver was great on defense. The Denver Broncos, that was the one bright spot about Denver. They was great on defense. The offense was terrible. And anytime as Nathaniel Hackett should have never got the head coaching job. They was banking on Aaron Rodgers to come over there. That didn't happen. But anytime it got so bad, anytime you have to have a coach to help you manage clock management and timeouts, that's horrible. And that's what they had over there in Denver. The receivers could not stay on the field. That's another problem. The running backs, Melvin Gordon got released because he fumbled the football. fumbled the football way too much. Javonte Green to his ACL up in the middle of the season when he was a hot running back in the league. The defense got worn down the stretch. The play calling got worse. And it was just an all-around dumpster fire. And then you had too much people in the locker room complaining, fighting all on the sideline. It just got that bad in Denver. And Russell Wilson just was a shell of himself. But I think Sean Payton is going to come in. And he's going to come in. He's going to fix that offense. He's going to manage timeouts better. He's going to do clock management better. But I think the receivers got to stay on the field. I think Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy can stay on the field consistently. I think they can do some things. I don't really think that Denver Broncos team is that bad. It's just Nathaniel Hackett wasn't ready to be a head coach in the league, and it showed why. You look at the Jaguars. What was the difference? Urban Meyer was the difference. And when they got Doug Peterson, they won the AFC South. Same thing here. I think they can change that culture with Sean Payton, with a better head coach. I think they can. I'm not going to say they're going to win the AFC West, but I think they can be more competitive than what they were this year. So, and I think Sean Payton is the right move for them to get, even though they have to spend draft capital and give up a first round pick. But I think it's the right move to fix this offense. But it all depends on if the wide receiving core can stay healthy and the team can stay healthy.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. There was a lot of injuries. The injuries have piled up, and then there was a lot of infighting chaos. And you would see it on the sideline because they would put the camera on them, and you would see them bumping heads, arguing on the sideline. And that's never a good look for a team when you see that publicly like that. But Chris Robinson, let me get your thoughts. Let me get you in on this and see how you feel about this hiring. Because I personally, you guys all know how I feel. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I just want to see what does this do for Russell Wilson. Like Sensei said, I mean, Russell has his office. He has his own parking space. We know Sean Payton's not going to tolerate that. He's going to come in, look, you with everybody else. So now, like we said, we started arguing on the sideline. Of course, the players are thinking about this kind of stuff. Like, man, this dude is, this special treatment, and he's ass on the field this year. Like, let's just be honest. Yeah, there was other things going on, but overall, Russ was ass. So now he was Brady, whatever. So now we'll get the team unity. But the only thing I want to know is, how do you think that's going to affect Russ mentally at this point? Because it's like he came in on such a pedestal. Now he has to be brought back down. Is he going to be that Russ of old? Because we know his style's not going to be the same. Like, he's not going to be able to scramble around in the pocket like he used to. And that's not really Sean. Sean Payton's not going to have those plays drawn up for him to do that anyway. But I do like it. I just want to see how it meshes for Russ personally. I know they're stuck with him for the next 3 years.
I hear you, Jordan. He getting ready to,
and that's why I'm gonna keep talking. I just don't even want to. I ain't want to go yet.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna wrap it up. Freddie, go.
He's eager to go. Look at him.
Your Honor, can I rise?
He got to drink that juice because he about to talk about a good 3 minutes. Take up 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the show just to say one thing.
Your Honor, can I
about
rise?
Sean Payton.
Your Honor, can I?
Oh, go ahead, rise? Freddie. just say what you got to say. Damn it, do it. Say what you gotta say.
First of all, this is how this is an example of a horrible organization in the Los Angeles Chargers. You would rather keep Stanley as your coach instead of going all in for your young quarterback and Justin Herbert and getting a Sean Payton to be your head coach. That's a horrible franchise for the Chargers, by the way. I want to get that out the way. If you have a young talent that you have, you need to go all in and show your young quarterback that you're invested in him. They have the talent, you guys.
I have a question on that.
Okay, I like that. And then they hired Kellen Moore. That makes the situation worse too. So
Sean Payton is such an old school hard ass. Is that going to work with a young guy like Justin Herbert, though? You have to think about that personality clash. You can't risk it.
But guess what? You got to try. You can do better than Stanley. I don't care. You got to be willing to try.
But can you risk that, though?
Yeah,
you can risk that. I think you can.
It depends, but it depends on something. It depends on how bad does Justin Herbert want to be great. How bad does he want to be mentioned with some of those young quarterbacks that have strung along? Like, look at a guy like Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to be in that Joe Burrow, that Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes? Like, do you want to be in that class, or do you want to be second fiddle? So I mean, I'm with Freddie. You got to at least take a chance.
If you're looking at the Chargers roster, you guys, they are ready to win. They have the talent from the defense to the offense. They have the receiver. They have the running game. They have everything.
Yeah.
But what's missing? We've seen for time after time where the coach has got in the way. Now to the Denver Broncos. Everybody wanted to criticize Russ, but nobody wanted to look at the big picture. Who is he throwing the football to, you guys?
The receivers was hurt all the time.
Exactly.
They were hurt most of the time. They were hurt. That's why I said if they stay healthy, they can be.
And then a lot of the problem was that Russell Wilson was standing behind the pocket. That's not Russ' game. Russ is a guy that is allowed to use his feet, to use those legs, to run around the pocket, to create plays on the outside. That I blame that on the coach. The Denver Broncos messed up from day one by going out to get a coach and Hackett to try to recruit Aaron Rodgers down there. Instead, they didn't get the quarterback first, and they didn't get the quarterback that fits with the head coach playing style. So, yes, Russell Wilson had a horrible year last year. I definitely agree. But I think it's more on the coaching style, the lack of weapons, the reason why he did not have the type of season that we are accustomed of Russell Wilson to have. And to address the little office that he held, excuse me, I don't know which one of y'all said that, but greatness sometimes, sometimes you know this, Sensei, greatness demands a little extra on the sideline. Don't sit up here acting like that LeBron James just go down there in crypto and he don't have no special privileges that those other guys have. Let's not act like that's not a thing.
You can't compare LeBron to Russ, though.
4-1, my boy. 4-1.
You can't compare LeBron to Russ. 4-1.
Hey, he's still a champion. What has Denver done since Payton Manning?
Good point.
Okay.
Point, Freddie. I gotta say, you made some valid points there.
You surprised?
No, he didn't.
You surprised?
Jonathan, don't do this. Don't do this, Jonathan.
I'm a bit surprised.
Freddie had some of the points I had, actually.
You know what?
He had the same points that I had, actually.
You know what, though? An act of kindness go a long way. So,
I'm
Freddie,
gonna be honest with you, Jonathan.
Jonathan,
tonight, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't gonna be petty, but you bring the pettiness out of me, so I'm about to be petty.
Hey, I'm with you though. I felt they should have fired.
No. Hold on, Jonathan. Hold on, Jonathan. Hey, hold on.
Hey, this is my show. You telling me to hold on.
I know you might have forgot who I am because I mean, this used to be a little setup about a year ago, but this is the new and improved 2.0. I had to be petty. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm going back to timeout.
Freddie must think we're in school, but we're not.
Jonathan, this is your show, sir.
He raised his hand earlier.
Now he turned his
We got to go in timeout. Anyway, we don't have time to wait. Let's move on. Let's get into the next topic. We're going to talk about DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans has been a hot name in this hiring cycle particularly, but he was a hot name last year as well. There was a few teams talking about possibly hiring him. I felt that he was well deserving of being a head coach in the National Football League. He finally gets his chance. The Houston Texans have hired him to be the next head coach. He inherits a team with quite a bit of cap space and 11 draft picks. I also heard he was also attracted to the team as well because I believe his wife is from that area as well, so that's home for her. So is this a good hire? I think it's a great hire, but I'm worried about him not getting a chance to turn the team around because the Texans has been such a dumpster fire, right? In recent memory, and they have splashed dumpster juice. I've said this number of times as well. They splashed dumpster juice in the faces of the last two coaches that were there. So that's a bit concerning to me. him taking a job. And I know the opportunity was there. This is where he wanted to be. Obviously, he turned down the Broncos a few times and said, no. I don't want to coach in Denver. I don't know much about that franchise. I don't want to live in the Mile High City. The air is thin, all of this other stuff that's going on there. No. I'm going to Texas. I'm going to take my chance on this team. Guys, I like this hire, but I fear the worst. I fear that if they have another terrible year, he's going to be out of a coaching job. What's your thoughts? Freddie, I'll let you go first because I know you might have a lot to say here. And I know you're going to take 5 minutes of our time. So I'll let you go first.
All right, Freddie, you're good.
You know what? For a judge, for you to be a judge, you called a petty judge tonight, sir. But let me say what I gotta say real quick. I agree with a lot of the things, the comments, the guys in the comments saying. You know, it shows me
thanks everyone for chiming in. Thank you guys so much.
It shows and tells me that the Houston Texans is bought into him because they did give him a 6-year deal. They could have gave him a 2 or 3 year deal where they're, it's like, okay, we expect you to do a quick turnaround. They know this isn't going to be a year to two turnaround where they're going to be winning. They're going to be making a push for the playoffs. They know that he has to come in there and kind of help change the culture down there in Houston. And you know what? This kind of makes them look better because a lot of people was criticizing how they did Lovey. The last coach, you hire him last year, then you fired him. But, you going out to get a Ryans, DeMeco Ryans, that shows that you're trying to go out and get your coach that you can feel that can build a team around you that can compete for the playoffs, that can compete for bigger things down the road. I love the idea. He's a defensive-minded coach. We've seen what he did in San Francisco. I believe that he's a coach that's going to be able to be a player's coach. I love the hire. Great start for that organization. And hey, you need leaders. You need a leader in front of men, and they got them a leader.
Yeah, they absolutely got themselves a leader. DeMeco Ryan has shown time and time again that he meets the qualifications to be a head coach in the National Football League. I think he'll do a well enough job to keep his job in Houston. But look, it's going to take longer than a year. Okay, this is longer than a 1 year plan or a 2 year plan. It's going to take some time. So the front office is going to have to be patient with him, but I believe he can turn it around. I think the players in 49ers, the 49ers players, they had nothing but good things to say about him. They said how great he was in the locker room. His speeches were awesome. Players bought into his philosophy. The players really, really liked him. So this means good things for the Houston Texans, and I like it. And Coach Dante, I want to go to you because I know this is your team. You're from the Houston area. You live down there, and you probably have more insight on this as well. So what are your thoughts on this hire? I know you liked it. I know you talked a little bit about it on social media the other day. So tell us what's up.
I love it. I love it, man. All the Houston fans love it. This fit right into the area. Perfect deal, 6-year deal. Ain't no way in the world DeMeco Ryans for the person this caliber that everybody wanted on the free agency block, that wanted on the coaching carousel. He turned down Arizona. He turned down Indianapolis, which is those two teams still don't got head coaches yet. So it's showing what type of dumpster fire they really are. They don't got head coaches yet. Shit, goddamn, the coach about to goddamn hire Jeff Saturday. They about to hire Jeff Saturday. So that shows how bad they're looking right now. Denver wanted DeMeco Ryans not once, but twice, and he turned it down. But it shows, Nick Caserio was on the hot seat before this hire. And I got to give credit to Bob McNair because from taking hold of this organization, because immediately after he fired Lovie Smith, he said in a press conference that I'm going to be a part of the coaching search. We knew the David Culley, coaching and Lovie Smith, they were just 1 year rentals. They were not going to be future head coaches of this team. Plus, the players didn't respect them in the locker room. So when you lose in the locker room any point of time, you don't need to be there anyway. The players didn't like Lovie Smith. He used it a lot of players wrong, but this is a guy that's going to get the best up out of his defensive players. He's going to set a new standard for the city of Houston and the players. He has 11 draft picks to work with. He's going to make the most of them. That started by getting a damn quarterback in the building, and that number 12 pick is going to be valuable. This defensive draft is really good on defense, and we got some money for the free agency block too. We got some cap space to go out there and get a free agent on a defensive line. But I love it, love the move, happy. And at this point, man, I'm very excited that we're going in the right direction. I don't think it's going to really take them long to make the playoffs or get this team right. Remember, Jaguars made a big move with Doug Peterson. They overpaid for Christian Kirk and got it right. So let's take a point. The AFC South is not that damn good. The AFC South is really weak. So who's to say we can't go from worst to first next year with the right moves, with the right drafting, with the right free agency moves, and the right head coach? We can damn well do the same. But other than that, I'm very happy. I love the move. And this is the first time feeling good in a while about the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I think he's incredibly capable of being a successful head coach. And I think, like you said, he's going to set a new standard there. And, this is a great hire for the Texans if they're looking to improve and win and change the culture. And if there's one guy that can point the team in the right direction, it's DeMeco Ryans, because of his resume and because of the experience that he's bringing from the Bay Area to that team now. And he knows defense really well because he's a defensive-minded coach. So things are about to change in Houston. Sensei, what is your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this?
So a few things. I want to start with Coach Dante. I'm happy for you. You finally got some promise coming to your Texans. I know it's been a long time coming, so definitely want to say that I'm happy for you, sir. But I'm just happy that a Black coach finally got a chance. I'm gonna be completely honest, because that is something that has been needed in the NFL for years to come. We've been talking about it. Everybody's been campaigning for it, and the NFL is quote unquote so big on preaching diversity and things of that nature, and we haven't really seen any just or fair diversity hirings, and this is probably one of the ones I feel like they got right. So I'm happy for this guy to get the opportunity to be a head coach, kind of run his own ship, and I wish him all the success. I think he's going to be good at it because we've seen what he was able to do with that 49ers team, and keep them at a steady pace, especially with that defense. Their defense was stout. And if he can bring some of that to the Texans and, they can move a couple pieces around, get him at least a decent quarterback. And also, too, this is probably the most important thing, give him the time to grow with that team. Just because they're not successful, they may or may not be successful in his first year or first 2 years. But give him an opportunity to at least grow with that team and the team grow with him, and he can develop that team and build that team up. Don't just cancel the ship just because it gets rocky a little bit. Like, allow him the same opportunity that most of these white coaches would get. So I just hope that, like I said, I'm happy that he got the job. I'm happy he got the hire. I just hope that he gets a fair shot to really see what he can do as a head coach in this league.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you for sure. 100%. I like Gene's comment. Gene said that Brian Flores deserves another shot at an NFL coaching opportunity, and I couldn't agree more. If there's any openings, when there's opening, there are openings, of course. I like him. I also like Steve Wilkes. I think Steve Wilkes is deserving of a coaching job somewhere in the NFL as well. The culture remained in shape when he took over in Carolina. He did a terrific job. A lot of people believe he should have got the job and Frank Wright. That was a lot of people.
I believe he should have got the job. I believe he should have got the job in Carolina.
And Coach
that team was really good.
We talked about it on, I believe, my first.
They were one game out of first place. They were one game out of making the playoffs. They lost to Tampa Bay. Really killed them.
Right. Yes. So Brian Flores, he's definitely deserving of a job. He did a good job. He was wrongfully terminated in Miami. I don't care what anybody say. He should have kept his job. He did a tremendous job there. That was a bit of a racial bias there. You know, I don't want to make the show political. I don't want to, get into too much racism here. But, that was he shouldn't have been fired. He shouldn't have lost his job. And yes, we do need more diversity in the NFL. So I think this is great to see another black coach getting hired. Hopefully, this is the start to a new beginning for black coaches in the NFL, because we need more black voices, and we don't only need them down the sideline with a clipboard or with headgear over their heads. We need them in the suites. We need them in the front offices as well. So we're making some progress, but we still got a long way to go. But we're getting there. But guys, we got about 5 minutes left, and before we end the show, we got to talk about LeBron James, because he's a big story in the NBA as well. And I know Sensei likes this one because she loves LeBron James. That's her guy. Hey, I love LeBron James too. So I think we all like LeBron here, right? We all respect his game. We all appreciate what he has done for the game of basketball. So my question to you guys is, when LeBron passes Kareem, where do you rank him on the all-time list? Sensei, I'm going to start with you because you're already prepared for this topic. I know you are. Oh, Freddie suddenly pops back up when he heard LeBron James. But Freddie, too bad. I'm going to Sensei first. Then next, I'll probably hand it over to you.
Okay, so you said where do I rank him? Where do I rank him all time?
All time, when he passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. I'm sure you all won't be surprised by this answer. I'm gonna rank him number one. I'm going to do it. Like it just is what it is. I've been a Brown fan for an extremely long time. I rode the ship through the good times, the bad times, and the in-between times. But in all, and that's just me being funny, but in all seriousness, I think you have to at least consider him top three. Now, where you have him in your three, that's your opinion. But I feel like any basketball conversation that does not include him in the top three is asinine to me. Because you can't be the leading scorer, fourth in assists, the top playoff leader in scoring. We could go down the list of records that this man has and not consider him top three. If you don't like him personally, fine. If you don't like all the extra shenanigans that come with him, I get it. I don't always like it either. But if we're being serious and we're talking just true eye test and true talent and what he's meant to the game and the longevity matched with that, he has to be top three. Like I said, wherever you have him in your three, it's subjective. But to put it plainly, he need to be 1, 2, or 3. And he's number one for me. But I'm just saying, in the general scope, he got to be top three.
Who is your three?
He definitely has the physical attributes to be in the top 5. In my opinion, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. He's definitely the greatest of his generation right now. And he's another one. He reminds you of Tom Brady, who we talked about earlier to start the show, because of his longevity, because of his unmatched excellence, and because of his ageless, physical abilities that continues to amaze us every time we watch him play. It's incredible. Freddie, talk to me about LeBron.
Why does Freddie get to go? I didn't even go last subject.
Did I miss you, Chris?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I missed you.
No, it's all good.
My bad. Okay, Chris, you go next.
Wait, man, how you gonna tease me?
Because I feel bad now.
We need a bailiff on this show.
We don't need anything, Freddie. I feel bad because I didn't let Chris go. Chris,
it's all good. Freddie, go ahead.
You should have said something, man. I would have let you go.
No, man, they gonna cut you off like that. That's disrespectful.
I want to hear everybody's opinion.
We don't want to hear George Foreman's opinion. Let's be honest. But let me
leave him alone.
You know what? I'm taking my spot back, Freddie. All right. Well, it doesn't change where I rank him because I already have him ranked number 1. I mean, it just adds to his legacy. The number 1 scorer of all time, 4th in assists, which happened last night. We talked about it backstage. That's not even being mentioned because we're so focused on the scoring record.
Right.
That says a lot that not only is he getting points, he's creating these points for other people too. He'll probably finish top 10 in rebounding. That's another thing that we're not looking at. All the stuff this man is doing. Like we said with Brady, you could divide Brady's career into 3. He has 3 Hall of Fame careers. LeBron, easily 2 Hall of Fame careers, both first ballot. Man. But since I do have, you never answered though, your 3.
My top 3, I got Bron. And this, I don't know, like with 2 and 3, it gets.
It gotta be in order.
Yeah, well, okay. So my 3 is gonna be Bron, Kobe, and Jordan.
And I feel like that's everybody's.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you
kind of have to have those 3. If you don't have those 3, you're wrong.
Exactly.
It's like the NFL receiver thing. Your top 3 NFL receiver have to be Moss, Owens, and T.O. If it's not those 3, you're wrong. Order doesn't matter.
Definitely not Freddie, because Freddie has a personal thing against Michael Jordan.
You don't have Michael Jordan in your top 3?
Damn it! I guess I'm wrong. What I'm about to say. Listen here.
I would love to hear this.
I get my top.
You better have Michael Jordan in your top 3. You better have Michael Jordan in your top 3.
It's funny how this dude just come up with a shoe.
Don't play.
But
do you not see the closet behind him? Look.
Jonathan got every Jordan ever made.
But listen, I just think it's amazing that the Lakers have had all these GOATs on their team. When Wilt, from Jerry West to Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Kobe Bean, God rest his soul. I miss the Mamba daily. I really do. Shaquille O'Neal.
It's only an hour show, Freddie.
I know.
It is.
We're extending the time tonight. Pau Gasol. So I'm just
wait. Time out a second. Did you just mention Pau Gasol as a Laker great?
He won 2 championships. Of course he is.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Laker great. He wasn't a Laker great. He was a great player, but he wasn't a Laker great. He wasn't a Laker all-time great.
Come on.
He wasn't a Laker all-time great. He was a great player.
He was a great player to Kobe Bryant.
Come on. So he's not top 10.
No.
So you trying to tell me
No, sir. He's not.
For the Lakers?
No, sir. He's not a Laker great. He's a great player, but he's not a Laker great.
He's not a Laker great. Come on, bro.
He's not a Laker great.
You put Robert Horry and Derek Fisher above Pal. Come on, man.
No, I don't.
And they roll
you got Freddie. You're canceled. You're canceled, Freddie.
Time out.
This is why I didn't let you go. You see?
Time out.
Jonathan, mute his mic.
Y'all. Robert Horry was a time out, y'all. I love Robert Horry. I love Big Shot Rob. He was a role player for the Lakers. He wasn't a star. Derek Fisher. Listen. Okay, give me your starting 5 for the Lakers.
Was a complimentary player to Kobe.
Hold on, Jonathan. Give me your starting 5 for the Lakers right now, all time.
All time. 5. Okay.
Jonathan, before you do that, can you put up Jordan's last 3 comments? I think they're really essential to the show.
Producer, put up the last.
I gotta be the.
Just say it.
Yes, next you are, Freddie. You are.
One more. There you go.
Jordan, we love you. Thank you for turning to the show, but I might have to put you on the back seat too now.
So my top 5 is Kobe. Kobe, Kareem, Magic, Wes, and
Shaq.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Now give me 10. Now give me 5 more.
I ain't doing all that. I don't have time. This show's running out of time.
No, yeah.
Okay? We could do that another day, Freddie. We could,
y'all know I'm right.
101 or something like that.
You know I'm right.
This show
Coach, how about
we got to get to Coach
He's
Dante.
our best power forward. Bro, he's probably our second best power forward.
This is not a Lakers show.
You talking about best power forward in Laker history, though?
Yes.
You think Paul Gasol is the best power forward? I know he was one of the best power forwards in the NBA when he was with Memphis and LA. But you talking about a Laker great?
He's top two. He's top two for the Lakers.
A top two all-time Laker great.
Power
for all-time Lakers?
You're
power
crazy.
forward, yes. Name another one.
No.
Y'all, I don't really. I'm tired of the slander.
Oh, man.
No, Paul Gasol was a great player, but he's not a Laker great.
Wait.
That's not slander for Paul Gasol. It's being realistic. Like
y'all know what? We talked about this earlier.
This is a trip.
Freddie said all of this and didn't even answer the damn question. This is about LeBron, not about Powell.
Freddie, you didn't answer the question.
And you talking about the same Paul Gasol who was in Memphis who couldn't get out the first round before he went to Kobe, before he went to the Lakers? That Paul Gasol that you talking about?
Yes.
Couldn't get out the first round.
I'm
talking about. Freddie, time out. Do you need to be drug tested?
Jonathan, out of all
I'm asking for a friend.
Jonathan, out of all people, me and you's the long-term Laker fans. You should know, like I know, bro. Without Paul Gasol,
I'm telling
Kobe,
you, Paul Gasol was a great complimentary player to Kobe Bryant.
But how is he not top 10 in the Lakers?
He's not top 10.
Do you think he's better than Anthony Davis as a Laker? Huh? Do you think Paul Gasol is a better Laker than AD?
No. AD problem is just he can't stay healthy. Like, when AD's on the floor, he's the best player on the floor.
Hold on. Nobody on this panel yet give me a top 10 Laker list without
because this is not a Laker show. We don't have time.
But forget
it. You know what?
Y'all need to get y'all a Lakers show and do all that.
Well, let me answer the question. I'm
Make the topic next week for this, Jonathan.
Freddie,
do a top 10 Laker list.
Freddie, we running out of time.
Okay, I'm about to talk about AD. I'm about to talk about LeBron. Listen, it's so amazing for a guy who cannot score the ball like Mike, for a guy that can't score the ball like Wilt, for a guy that can't score the ball like Kobe, for a guy that can't score the ball like Larry Bird, but still, he about to be number one on the all-time record list. Let that sink in. A kid from Akron, Ohio, who had pressure, who had the load on his shoulders as a young man. And just imagine that he's lived his life to the public's eye, to a T, where we don't even know if this man has a driving ticket. I mean, a speeding ticket. Let's just be honest. I mean,
Freddie, are you writing an essay?
Yes, I am. We've seen guys go through scandals. We've seen guys go through this. We've seen guys go through that. But yet, LeBron has been able to be a good human being, but also be the GOAT on the basketball court. He's not just a GOAT on the basketball court. He's GOAT in general. He's the GOAT, even if he don't pass the record. He's my GOAT. He's number one. Kareem's number two. And Kobe being Bryant's number 3.
Okay, got you, Freddie. Now we got to get on to Coach Dante and let him have his final word and say on LeBron James.
LeBron James at number 2. Michael Jordan 1 for me. Kobe being Bryant 3.
All right.
Is that even with the record? He's number 2?
Yep, he's number 2.
Can he ever
number 2? Not even with the record. He's number 2. He's gonna break the record probably before the All-Star break. He's gonna get the record before the All-Star break. He's up there in rebounds. He's already number 4 in assists all time. Number 4 in assists. So yeah, no, he's number 2 on my list.
Can he ever be number 1?
Huh?
Can he ever get number 1?
I don't know if I'm consider him over Michael Jordan. I don't think I'm consider him over Michael Jordan.
Why?
Again, Michael Jordan just was a different ball player, man. For me on my side, he was just a different player. He was just a different player, man. He would snatch your heart out your chest. He wanted every shot. I mean, he went to the final 6 times. He's undefeated in finals appearances. He beat 460 win teams. 460 win
Scottie
teams.
Pippen is too. Scottie Pippen is undefeated in the finals.
I think Michael Jordan was the engine to make the team go too, though. I think he was part of it. I'm not saying Scottie Pippen didn't have a part, but I'm not saying Scottie Pippen didn't have a part of it, but I think Michael Jordan as well was. No, I'm not just discrediting Pippen. I'm not discrediting
an all-time great coach Bill Jackson.
But I think Michael Jordan played Batman, Pippen played Robin on the other side of him. So that's how I just value it.
Michael Jordan needs the all-time great coach. He needs the all-time great.
Michael Jordan played against all-time great defenses. He played against all-time killer great defenses too, as well. He played in the toughest era of basketball when Charlotte then was really good. The Celtics had an all-time great defense. Larry Bird. It took 2 teams to beat. Charlotte was good in that time. Charlotte was actually good at that time.
Is taller than Muggsy Bogues.
They used to get beat.
Charlotte was actually a playoff team at that time. The Celtics had an all-time great defense. The 86 Celtics was probably one of the greatest defenses of all time. The Detroit Pistons, one of the greatest defenses of all time. Michael Jordan had to go through a lot.
74 years old. Would you want to beat him?
You said who? They were all 29 years old. They was all in their prime. They weren't old. They weren't old.
No. When he was beating them,
they were all in their primes when Michael Jordan beat them. They weren't old when Michael Jordan beat them.
When they was in their prime, they was smacking Michael around. When they got old, that's when.
That shows you it wasn't easy. Same thing with LeBron. It wasn't easy for Michael Jordan. They both didn't have it easy. They both didn't really have it easy. Michael Jordan played against all-time great defenses.
Has gotten intense.
I just want to say one thing.
I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna sit here and say this has gotten intense.
I just want to say one last thing.
Hurry up, Freddie. Make it quick. We gotta go.
Aren't we the last show on the network tonight?
Yeah.
Are we really on the time schedule?
No. We know what Michael Jordan. We know what Michael Jordan was doing before he teamed up with Scottie. He was getting bounced out in the first round by the Boston.
And LeBron James leading Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade Boston team up too. LeBron James needed Chris Boston Dwayne Wade to team up too. So don't act like LeBron James didn't need no help. And he could win something without
Dante.
But he still couldn't win anything. He still couldn't win anything without him.
Hold on, coach. We seen him as a young man come in the league and carry grown men.
But he did. Yeah, he did. He didn't win the finals.
I told y'all. He didn't win the finals.
He didn't win the championship until he got over there with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. He didn't win nothing.
Save your thoughts. I gotta say something to our viewers out there that's watching. I told y'all before the show.
And I don't even like doing that. I don't even like
get some popcorn. Get your popcorn ready. Sit back in the recliner. Pour you a tall glass of Coke because this was gonna be one hell of a show. And Freddie did say he was gonna bring the smoke, but he don't want to see this smoke. He don't want.
I want all the smoke.
You know,
I come for the smoke.
But hey, guys, it's been a fun show. We gotta wrap it up now. Because, hey, when you got a toddler, let me tell you something. When you got a toddler that's 2 years old running around, you got to get back to business sometime, you know. You got to step away. You know. But, hey, it's been a great show, guys. And we'll definitely talk about this more. We'll definitely talk about this LeBron stuff more. And, Freddie, we definitely going to get into this Paul Gasol debate as well because I do not agree with you. I respectfully disagree with you. I think it's utter nonsense. I think it's ridiculous. I think you need to be drug tested as far as I'm concerned. You need to get drug tested in the morning. That's the first thing you need to do in the morning is go get drug tested.
I can't brush my teeth.
What? I have a question real quick before we sign out. We're doing this on Wednesdays, right? So that's like I think it's 3 Lakers games between now and then. Is LeBron number 1 by the next time we come back?
He is.
Yeah, I think he gets it next time. I think he gets it. Yo, I think he gets it.
I got a better prediction.
I said this in the chat. I really think, just as like his mentality, he is gonna wait until next week when they play the Bucks. You beat that. You do it against Kareem's old team.
It's gonna be close to All-Star break. I will say that because they plan on doing a celebration for him during.
It's gonna happen before All-Star.
Right. Y'all know that they got tickets at Staples or at the crypto for $75,000 for the prediction of a game that he might break it at crypto. Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this: the game that he going for 50. You best believe he gonna put on the show. I'll let you go
first to give your final thoughts, and you can share that. Go for it. Final thoughts. Let's do our final thoughts. This show's got to wrap up.
He gonna put up 50 that night. I guarantee you that. And then by next time we do a show next week, Lakers gonna be in the 6th spot in the West. We about to make a run.
Here we go.
Rob Pelinka about to make a trade. Get it done, Rob. Get it done, Rob. Get it done, Rob.
Let me have next.
Sounds like a delusional Laker fan to me. But thanks for your final thoughts, Freddie, and tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you how special you are, Jonathan, to me. I'm gonna tell you, because I haven't done a podcast. I have been taking a break from doing on camera stuff and doing a lot of behind scenes. But when I said, we could be Alana, Chris, and Jonathan, Coach Dante. Because I told Chris I wasn't gonna be a part of the show, but I said, you know what? I need to be a part of this one. I got to be a part of this one. So right here, the Sports Empire Network. Get it done, Rob.
Thank you, Freddie. Okay, Sensei, you want to tell everyone where they can find you and give your final thoughts?
Yes. So my final thoughts are, Coach Dante, I got smoke for you, but we'll address that later. Bron's going to be number 1. That's just what it is. I think by the time we do this show again, he'll probably have the record. If not, like Chris said, it'll be against the Bucks just for the moment and what it would mean to the NBA and how legendary it would be. And you can find me on Instagram, Sensei_33. And you can find my podcast From the Ground Up anywhere that you listen to podcasts. That is Google Podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify. So yeah, stay tuned, and don't listen to everything Freddie says because sometimes it's a lie. But anyway, love everybody. And glad to be a part of this.
Chris, man, give me your final thoughts and tell everyone where they can find you.
First of all, thank you for letting me join the show. This is an amazing cast. Like Freddie said, a year ago we did this, and this is probably like my favorite group of people that I've ever interacted with on anything. Like, I made sure I've had internet problems for the past month. I did everything I could to work tonight. Like, ask Freddie. We were backstage for like 30 minutes before the show. I had to do this. Jonathan, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
No problem, my man. No problem.
Honestly, you're going to find me here. This is it. Wednesdays, I'll be here. I'll be on the Sports Empire Network. I'll jump in on other shows, but I will be here every Wednesday with you guys. And my final thoughts is to talk about Freddie, the Lakers trade. When me and Chris Paul come to the Lakers.
Chris, don't get him started.
No, for real. He might have popped the vein just now.
When me and Chris Paul get to the Lakers, Freddie, you just sit over there.
20 minutes.
You just sit there. You just act right. You don't say nothing. You just look like Static Shock Daddy and just roll with us.
Hold on, I want to say one last thing.
No, it's Coach. It's Coach's turn. It's Dante.
You had your privileges. You had your privileges. You're done. You're done. I'm cutting your mic. Coach Dante, go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you.
Hey, man, this is an awesome show. Appreciate all y'all for having me, especially Freddie for having me on the Empire Sports Network from doing play-by-plays or part of the network. Y'all know y'all can find me here. If y'all need someone to fill in on Wednesday, Monday, but otherwise I'm on here every Friday with Jonathan. But, basically, if y'all need me, y'all know y'all can hit me up for an extra show or something. Y'all know y'all can hit me up. And Chris, I see why you're going to the Lakers because the Phoenix getting beat down pretty much by the Atlanta Hawks. So I see, why the changes being made.
Oh, I want to say one last thing. I got to say this one last thing. I got to
say
this is the last thing, John.
Just having a good show. We trying to hold you off, Freddie, so he can't get his word in. John, you want to take us home?
No, one last thing.
What he said, damn it. Quickly.
Chris. Chris, we tried to get you on the bandwagon. You and your boy CP. He too old. We don't want him no more. Stay in Phoenix.
Okay, that's it. Bye, Freddie. Draft talking section.
He can't even get it out.
That shit is over. Okay, it's over, Freddie. I want to thank all our viewers out there for tuning in and watching. I apologize if I didn't get back to the comments in the comment section below, but you guys know who you are. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. This was a great show with the panel. You guys were awesome. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Judge's Corner. As always, we will continue to do this show. You guys are an amazing cast. I can't ask for anything better. So I really appreciate all of you guys for jumping on and joining me tonight. This was a great show. We had a great time. Again, thanks to our viewers. We'll be back. I'll be back with some of the same cast on Friday. I'll see you guys then. You guys don't want to miss another episode of the Judge's Corner. Freddie most likely will be back because he wants that smoke, obviously. So we'll see him back on Friday, flapping his gums once again. But until next time, you guys take care. You guys have a wonderful night. Peace out, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.